Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel, which is all about educational beauty. I am ready to get the year started with this first video, which is get back to work makeup. I'm so excited to show you how you can make your skin look healthy and your overall look so flawless, but at the same time, ready to get into business. So let's go. But before we do, don't forget I have an online publication called Confessions of a Creative, which is all about health, beauty, style, fashion, culture, a bit of everything, all written by me. 2 options for subscription. One is free, which gives you access to most of the site. The other is paid, which only costs you around a coffee a month and gives you access to the entire site. Also subscriber perks and benefits, and we get a room where we can chat, so it's really exciting. Please do head over and show your support. Now, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so you never miss any of my future videos. And I'm on Instagram, so don't forget to come and say hi there too. Now let's get started with this video. So how's everyone feeling about getting back to work? You're either going to be feeling super productive and ready to go for it, or you're going to be feeling like, oh my gosh, I've had a bit of time off. You know, I've eaten like God knows what, and I've just enjoyed myself, and it's showing on my skin. So we are going to get into this really easy makeup tutorial for you guys when it comes to getting back to work. So I'm really excited about this because I wanted to show you something which is just very easy for you guys to do. Obviously, I'm going to be talking through it, so minus all the chit chat, it's going to be super quick for you. So let's get started. I have nothing on my face, and the first thing I want to do is use something to help kind of get rid of any kind of dead skin cells. So everything I'm going to be doing is something that you guys can get started on now so that your skin starts repairing itself and getting better and looking the best it possibly can, ready for you to get back to work. So first thing I'm going to do is get hold of my Pixie Glow Tonic, which I'm loving at the moment, and I've got my cotton pad, and I'm just going to basically put 1 pump on here, and I'm going to just go over my entire face. I broke out over like time off, like I've just like been eating whatever too. So guys, I'm fully on board. I totally know how you must be feeling. So what I'm going to do is just smooth this over my entire face, and this just really helps to kind of like get rid of any dead skin cells, but also it's not drying, which I love. So you can use this in the morning and night, by the way. Definitely need it around here. This was one of those spots that absolutely killed it. It hurt so much. Let that kind of like dry down, and then we're going to go in with our first product, and I'm going to be using my Rhode Glazing Milk because I'm obsessed with it. I swear I said because without the S in it, because I'm obsessed with it. I can't even get my words out as usual. So I've got my glazing milk, patting this onto my skin and let that kind of sink in. Now, if you're anything like me, your skin is feeling dehydrated, like you kind of haven't been looking after it, and you need some nourishment there too. So that's where the Rhode skincare range really comes in handy, and all the links for all these products are going to be in my description, by the way. And yeah, I just find that it's really kind of a simple skincare range for my skin, but it really does work. It's not like crowded with so many random ingredients. It's a very easy to use skincare range, very calming on my skin as well. Now, once that's dried down, I like to use my peptide glazing fluid. 1 pump is all you need. I've heard some people say that these bottles are very small, and I completely agree with you, but honestly, having used it for quite a while now, I'm still on my first set, and I've got another set ready for me to move on to when I'm done with this. This has lasted me ages, so you only need a small amount. Next, I'm going to go in with my moisturizer, which is my Rhode Barrier Restore Cream. Very small amount that I need here. I always take like the extra cream onto my neck area because I really need it there. Now, ultimately, you want your whole look to be like, you know, you're a boss, you're ready to start, you're all set for the new work week of the year, you mean business. So yeah, let's go. We're going to do something which is like strong, but not overly strong. So it's not like soft and pretty because, you know, you really want to get back into work. Like, you know, like that's how you want to get back into work. So yeah, we're going to be doing something which is kind of like, you know what I'm trying to say. Now, I feel like a kind of smoky eye is going to be too much for work. So what I really want to do is add some definition to the eyes, but not kind of like heavy. So that's what we're going to be doing. Something which is kind of in between strong and soft, so that it isn't like overly in your face, but at the same time you're like, what's going on there? There's something there, but it's not in your face and I can't really tell what it is, and that's what we're going for. So let's get some primer on. I'm using my Milk Hydro Grip and I'm going to smooth this over the skin. See, now that I've got all this skincare on, I feel like it's really kind of locking in all that moisture, so that while I've got my makeup on, I know that my skincare is getting to work. I'm really working on that kind of like dehydrated, dull skin. Nearly forgot to put eye cream on. That's my drunk elephant. Okay, we're going to go in with some concealer, which is my Tarte Shape Tape. Let's get a little bit of powder on so that we can just set that area and it's nice and done. I'm going to do my base first because I feel like I want to get all that done and then I can move on to like doing the finishing touches like the eyes and everything. So I'm going to get some concealer on here. Same concealer, not too close to the under eyes, and just a little bit here. Because I just want that lift, you know, because I'm not seeing the lift at the moment, but I want to create the lift. Let's just kind of buff this in. This is my Hollywood complexion brush from Charlotte Tilbury. Onto the under eyes. You want to buff this in, so you want to really keep it in the same place. Don't kind of like move your sponge everywhere on the rest of the face. You really want to keep it on that under eye area. There you go. See how like we've covered that under eye area? Now you can't see those dark circles. Now I'm going to get my concealer, which is my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I am just going to, you know, sculpt my cheekbones a bit. And just here. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to make it complicated and start adding it everywhere else, but I just want a lift there and a bit of like cheekbone visible. Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood complexion brush. Keep it in the same place. See how easy this is? Like literally so quick. So all you're doing is just adding a bit of shape to the face. That's all you're going to do. You don't need to spend ages there. So this is still a way for you to be able to kind of like give yourself a bit of a sculpt, not spend too long on it. Like honestly, that was so quick. You're going to grab a foundation, which is not overly kind of heavy. So we're going to go with the NARS Sheer Glow foundation. I am just going to buff this into my skin everywhere. So you can use a sponge or you can use a brush if you want. I would recommend using a sponge because then you're not kind of like moving anywhere you've applied your concealer. So let's get this done super quick and then we can move on to the next step. Love the flawless finish of this. Okay, so now we're going to get rid of any creases, because what you want to make sure is that your makeup stays all day while you're at work and it looks flawless. Let's get rid of any creases where there's like build-up of makeup. Now we're going to go into our powder with the powder puff, and we're going to press because we want it to last all day, right? There's no point doing makeup like this in the morning if it's going to look really just bad later on in the day. So you want it to last. Now you want a big brush and you want a small brush. So I'm going to just dust all this off using the big brush, which is my Hourglass Veil, and then use my Real Techniques brush to dust off the under eye. Let's just bronze the face up a little bit. I'm using my Fenty Sunstalker bronzer in Island Ting, and I'm just going to kind of like warm up my face a little bit. So I'd say this isn't really about kind of sculpting my face. This is more about kind of warming it up so it doesn't look so flat. I usually just stick to the perimeter of the face. And what this does is, because of the time of year as well, I really want that kind of like nice warmth to my face. I don't want it to look so flat and cold. Now I feel like the base is nicely kind of warmed up and a bit kind of bronzed. I'm going to apply some of my Dior Lip Maximizer I usually put this on way before I actually do my lips because then it gets to work to plump them up a little bit. But also it's probably the best hydrating gloss that I've ever used. And like later on I'll put my lip on, but like my lip liner and everything. But at the moment I'm going to get started with my brows so that I can then finish my eyes. Now I want a soft brow, so I'm going to use my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in 3.5. I'm just going to brush my hair up. Next, I'm going to use my Lime Crime Bushy Brow Pen in Baby Brown because this is literally the best thing to replicate hairs. And I just basically do it from the underside of my brow. Now that the brows are done, we are ready to get these eyes done too. So what I want to do is something which I don't feel like it's too heavy for during the day. I feel like at work, people are going to look at me and think, I love your makeup. And it's just perfect for work. So that's what I'm going for. Now you can see that my base is pretty matte at the moment, but that's fine because we're gonna like give it that glow and make it look a lot more kind of natural and lived in. Don't forget, this is so important that when you do your base like this in the morning, I know it may feel like a lot to you. Like obviously you're not gonna put on as much as I'm putting on. You would put a lot less maybe because maybe you need less. And don't forget that I have to put a little bit of like a little bit extra on for the camera too, you know, like because it kind of dilutes things a little bit. So that's number one. And secondly, it takes, well, it's different for each person because it depends on how long it takes for your natural oils in your skin to come out. But I usually say about an hour roughly. So it takes roughly an hour for the foundation to kind of like settle down and look a little bit more lived in. When you first put your foundation on like this, it's gonna look matte and like, okay, it looks like she's got foundation on, right? Because it's so flawless, but not in a glowy way. So you need to give it that time because this process is what's going to make sure it stays put like all day. I was going to say every day, all day, so that it doesn't go anywhere. And trust me, if you can get through this first bit, oh my God, your makeup is going to look amazing all day. I feel like so much came out of my mouth there. Your makeup is going to look amazing all day. So let's get a little bit of blush on because I still do want some kind of color, you know? So I'm just going to add some right to the top of my cheeks here. And you can add on however much you feel like you can get away with at work. Okay, I'm gonna use my Hourglass waterproof gel eyeliner. This is gonna stay put, trust me, but we're not gonna apply it directly like this. So what I've got is a little bit on the back of my hand like this, right? You wanna do this fairly quickly before it actually dries out. You're gonna get a brush like the Sigma Beauty E06. Don't forget, this comes in my own brush set with Sigma. So this is my brush set that you can buy on Sigma Beauty. And don't forget, you get 10% off this. You can use my discount code too, which is Nina Ubhi 10. Don't forget that. You've got all the brushes you need in there. So it's literally just an eye brush set. That's all you need for any eye look that you ever do. This brush is the best eyeliner brush you will ever use in your life. It's amazing. So we've got this pencil on the back of my hand, right? While it's still kind of like tacky, we're going to go into that color like that. And now what I'm going to do is create a very small kind of flick, very faint, right? So this way we're actually applying something that isn't going to look too strong because it's not eyeliner. So we're going to do a little line there, very faint, right? But at the same time it's going to be there. Right now we're just going to fill that little dip in, you know, like where above the line. See how faint it is? And you know why this is better than actually using eyeshadow? Because eyeshadow goes everywhere and it can end up smudging throughout the day. This is not going anywhere. And it still looks super natural. So the reason why I'm suggesting you do the flick first is because you can decide how, like, kind of how thick you want it and how much you want to go in on the inner corner. Like, for example, you might do this like this, just this flick, and you're like, you know what, actually I really like it like that without having to put anything there. So don't commit to your eye look by starting right from the inner corner. Start at the outer corner so that you know how far you can actually go in and how thick you want to make this. I really like that. So now I'm going to go in a little bit, but not thick. I'm going to keep it super thin. So actually you can hardly see it. It's just kind of like lining my lash line. Okay, I am super happy with that. Yeah, see, it's giving me shape to the eye, but it doesn't look over the top. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the flick on the other side. Do the line, the underside of your flick. Make sure it is symmetrical, and then fill the dip. I am so happy with that. That is the perfect kind of like eye look that I would want. Okay, let's get the mascara, which is my Maybelline Sky High mascara. Yes, I'm still using this mascara. It is so good. I kind of alternate between this and the NARS Climax Extreme because I really like that, but I feel like that's more of an evening mascara. This I feel like is just so good at lengthening my lashes and just makes me look like I've got semi-permanent lashes on. And you can put on as little or as much as you want. Like, I am so done with this whole kind of narrative of, oh, you know, it's too much makeup for work. Like, who cares how much makeup you wear? If you are happy with how you look when you go into work, then go for it. Because I really, truly believe that makeup can be so kind of helpful to our confidence too. Like, having a certain lip color on can make you feel a certain way. You know, having your makeup on just makes you feel a bit more confident. And so what? Obviously, we'd all love to be able to feel fully confident with no makeup on. But let's be real, not all of us can, myself included. So, you know, if this helps you, then go for it. And like I said before, you adjust the amount of makeup you're wearing according to what suits you. What I meant by that did not come out right. Like, whatever you're seeing me put on, you kind of adjust it according to how much you need. Super happy with that. Now what I'm gonna do is finish off with my lips, and I'm gonna use something like this lip liner, Anastasia lip liner in Mocha. Smudge it immediately. So I'm gonna line, smudge inwards. And that's the trick to making it look like a real lip line. Smudge inwards. You're kind of flicking in. Okay, I'm gonna finish off with my Rhode Peptide Lip Tint in Jelly Bean. It just gives me the hydration plus like a tiny bit of color. Shimmer, not over the top. It's more my eyes that are kind of like a bit more kind of like more bold than anywhere else. I'm gonna get my Milk multitasking stick, and this is in the shade Spark. So it's my highlighter stick, and it's a really nice kind of bronzy shade. I'm not gonna swipe it on because I don't want to ruin my makeup, but I am gonna press this on here, like flick it on. And it's a really nice kind of, you can dab it onto if you want to, but it just gives a really nice kind of sheen to the face. And I like this because it's a sheen as opposed to like a sparkle, you know? And then as you go on through your morning, your skin, your foundation is gonna look more and more natural. So that's what you need to be patient about, right? I love that. So just remember, stay a bit patient with it. That is literally it, guys. How amazing is that? Honestly, I love this look for work. I feel like because we've used kind of like a bit of bronzer to warm up the face, there's not heavy kind of sculpting going on because we did that underneath with the concealer, and we've added a little bit of kind of sheen to the skin so it looks healthy. It doesn't look glossy. It doesn't look overly glowy or dewy. It doesn't look kind of like overly matte now either, and obviously it will get better over time over the next hour or so. And also there's something going on with the eyes. They look bold, they look strong enough, but not in your face. You can't really tell. You're not like, oh, she's wearing liquid eyeliner today. It's really subtle. Can't wait for you guys to try this. I know this is going to be your back to work look, so super excited for you to try it. And don't forget that if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care, and I'll see you soon.